Well, hello. I see you. I do. I know you're trying to hide. And I know that somehow your childhood memories of hide and seek have scarred you in your business. You want to hide. There's always the safe places where you know you can go because you know somebody's going to find you eventually. Of course, there's going to be some of you who go and find the most incredible hiding spot because you know nobody will ever find you. Do you remember playing that game? And you found that really super cool spot? The problem is exactly that, though. No one will find you. It's such a cool spot. Nobody's ever been there before. Nobody ever thought you would go there. They still don't. They're going to give up, and you're going to end up, you don't even get to play the game anymore because they're going to stop trying to find you because they've already found 27 other people. So why keep looking? Does that sound familiar? I'm Amber Griffiths, and my company is Your Brand by Design, and I am a brand strategist. And my entire world is about helping you create brand equity. In other words, something that people can sink their teeth into, that's worth remembering, that's worth sharing. And it has to start with your voice. It absolutely gets to start with your voice. And I'm here to tell you, if you are only singing a part of the song that you are meant to sing, nobody's going to be able to hang on to it. There's no way they're leaving your concert humming that song there all the way home because you didn't even finish it. It's like you came out on stage, you gave them the first part of the first verse and went, I'm not sure about the chorus, now what? And left stage. That's what it's like when in your business you share the 10% or the 20% that you feel is safe. It's one of the biggest detriments to look at your competition because if you are not exactly like your competition, you start freaking out. Or if there's something that you have and you really, really want to offer it, if your competition doesn't offer it, you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't say that then. Maybe I shouldn't include that. And it's kicking your business's butt. That's the bottom line. Your brand is going to feel out of alignment and it's going to feel inconsistent. When I first started my business, so I'd been in marketing and branding for about 10, 11 years in corporate. And I jumped and started my own business. And I remember meeting this woman at one of my very first networking events. And I remember very specifically the room we were in and who was in charge of it. And I think there were probably 45 women business owners. And I think I counted 27 life coaches. Now, I'm not here to bash on a life coach. However, I met with this woman and was just immediately engaged. I thought, there's something about her. There's something going on here. I just wanted to get to know her better. And we set up a meeting to get to know each other a little bit better. I ended up working with her for a couple of years, just kind of off and on, working on some different things. But here's what I found so intriguing. She stood up and said, hi, my name is X. I'm going to protect her identity. And again, it's been 13 years. And she said, I'm a life coach. And I thought, oh my word, there's 20 of you. Now, you know, what can I get out of this that's so different? And then she started talking about how she actually worked with her clients. And I thought, well, that's different than the rest of the people said, but life coach, that's a very common theme today. So come to find out, she's got 6 different certifications and designations. She's actually a doctor. She is a licensed psychotherapist. She has, anyway, a string of alphabet letters after her name. She's not a life coach in the same way that the woman next to her, who had been in business for 5 months and was really good at calling people on their stuff, and so she's took on the title of life coach. Completely different ball game. And yet this woman, when I asked her, I said, why don't you tell people of your certifications? Why don't you tell people that you're a registered psychiatrist and have been for 18 years? Why don't you share that with people? And she said, well, I don't want to sound that different. I don't want to scare them. Holy cow. Fast forward to another 8 years. I met another woman, also a doctor. And we had to go the rounds. Hey, Paula, how are you feeling? Thanks for jumping on. And we've had to go the rounds again. This is probably 3 or 4 years ago. Completely different woman from a different part of the world who introduced herself as, Amber Griffiths, when really it was supposed to be Dr. Amber Griffiths. And I thought, why aren't you claiming your doctor? That's years of experience, years of intense training. Someone big and huge and important, some certified board said, you're so fabulous, you kick butt and take names, have these initials. And yet she was also not including that when she introduced herself. Now, her reason was people put up a wall. They hear doctor and they're not sure what kind of doctor, and then it scares them. And I thought, that's a perfect opportunity for you to explain what kind of doctor you are and what you believe. And don't put a title to it. You know how I feel about nouns. Don't be a noun. Be amazing. So this is a perfect opportunity for her to say, if they say, what kind of doctor? I'm the kind of doctor who believes in this. I'm the kind of doctor who feels this and this and this are important. It's a perfect opportunity to share your genius. Now, I work with a lot of people. I've met a lot of people who are hiding a big portion of what makes them fabulous. And it doesn't require certifications and doctorate degrees. Those have been the few and far between where I think, wow, that's a $100,000 investment and you're not claiming it. That's crazy. Let's work on that. But think about what you are hiding. I'm one of those people who I love to sing. Love, love, love. If you've been around me for more than a half an hour, you've probably heard something come out. Either it's a song lyric or it just comes out in tune. Occasionally, it comes out on stage. If I'm speaking, if I'm teaching, every once in a while something comes out in musical, lyrical form. That didn't used to be the case. I remember sitting in my office in corporate 15 years ago, 16 years ago, tapping my foot to imaginary music. It was all the music in my head, didn't dare sing it out loud. It wasn't appropriate. The VP of marketing certainly doesn't sing songs in her office, right? And yet, what if she just did? What if she just owned that and said, you know what, I like music. I'm going to play music. I'm going to sing music. I'm going to share it with the people in my office. When they come into my department, there will be music background. There will be a soundtrack that keeps everybody uplifted, everybody happy, everybody connected. And it's been amazing what has happened in my world since then, both in corporate and as an entrepreneur. So I'm asking you, what are you hiding? What are you keeping inside? Maybe it's a degree. Maybe it's this part of your personality that you think will turn people off. Maybe it's the fact that you don't want to be doing what you're doing. Can you relate to that? I didn't meet her. I had met her a couple years ago, and I caught up with her probably 6 months ago. And she's like, Amber, I completely shifted my business. I have been doing what I've hated to do for 10 years. I don't like a single part of it. I just did it because I knew I could make money. I finally just shifted everything, and holy cow, my whole world has completely opened up. So what part of it are you hiding? Here's the thing. When you don't claim your voice 100%, two things happen. One, your ideal client can smell BS a mile away. And that doesn't have to be BS on the level of lying. It doesn't have to be bad marketing, bait and switch marketing. If you are hiding something, if you are withholding, think of it that way. Maybe you're just censoring yourself. Maybe you have this edit button in your head, so when you go to speak, you self-censor so quickly that you can't share all of your message, all of your story. That's one of the big things that happens when you don't claim your voice and just deep inside and think, you know what, I have so many things to offer. I'm a stager, but I just spent a whole weekend in Nashville with some of the most incredibly talented, fabulous, loving people I've ever met in my life. And yet there are some who are like, well, I'm a realtor, but I've been staging for free. Why? Why would you do that? Well, I don't like to talk about how I'm a stager. I'm an interior designer. I've been done this, and this, and this. Why wouldn't you share that? Why wouldn't you charge for that? Why wouldn't you allow your clients to soak up all the value that you are providing, that you could provide? Why wouldn't you own that? So that's one. It never gets told, right? And your ideal clients are like, something's weird. And they may not be able to tell. They're not going to look at you and go, well, I think she's a doctor, but I can't tell. They're just going to be able to feel that you're holding something back. And that doesn't come across as really trustworthy. And hey, let me sink my teeth into your brand. The other thing that's going to happen is, in addition for them to not be able to trust you, you are going to get drained. I've talked to so many people, especially women, who they're like, I've fallen out of love with my business. I don't love it anymore. It doesn't excite me. I know I should be making more money. I know I could be making more money, but when I think about my business, I get tired. That is one of the key symptoms of not claiming 100% of your voice. You get stuck doing those things that you kind of like to do instead of what you love to do. You get stuck in that zone of excellence where it's like, I remember I've told you, doing things that you like to do will drain you faster than doing things you hate to do. Because at some point, you will stop doing things you hate doing. You will outsource it, you will cut it off your program, you will take it off your website. But you'll continue doing things you like to do forever until it can drain your entire business. It drains your energy, it drains your soul. You should be claiming 100% of your voice and doing things you love to do. There's more money in it. There's more excitement in it. There's more joy in it. There's just more of all the good things. And the more you can claim all of that, the better your business is going to be. The better you're going to be able to serve your ideal clients. I'm going to be talking more about this and in depth and figuring out how to tell what you're hiding, what you're censoring, what you're keeping hidden, and also how to actually let all that out and how to make money off of it. And we're going to jump into that next week on, I want to say it's the 16th, in Brandapalooza. If you haven't joined me there yet, there's still time. You can go to yourbrandbydesign.com/group. It has all the information about Brandapalooza. And this next Wednesday is when we're going to really dive into some of your vision and your voice so that you understand what part of your vision doesn't even get to exist if you don't own it. If you don't say, that's my voice, this is how I am uniquely qualified to create that. That's how it affects your business, my friends. Claim your voice. Claim your doctor. Claim that you are the best cookie maker this side of the Mississippi. Whatever it is, claim it, own it, love it. Hang out in your zone of excellence, or if your zone of genius. Don't be stuck in your zone of excellence. If you're not quite sure how to do that, if you want some one-on-one time with me, you can go to yourbrandbydesign.com/duet. Takes you right to my calendar. You can snag a spot and you and I will chat about it. If you know you are ready to step into that, but want a little bit of group support, you're not quite ready for center stage solo, but you could certainly hang out with some pips and let them support you. Go to yourbrandbydesign.com/group. Join us in Brandapalooza. It starts again next Wednesday, and I will see you there. Until then, rock on.